Well, we're back in the diner and I'm having a strawberry milkshake. We're heading north. This might be a bad idea. Can't obviously travel forever, but I really want to see New England, and we're travelling up through New York State to Albany or Albany, I'm not sure how they pronounce it, and then cutting across into Vermont. That is a very dignified picture of a cow.
We are in Athens, New York. They have a lot of American flags and boats, which makes sense because they live on a river.
And there are some columns.
Oh yes.
I don't think they're Doric. This is the village of Athens. Of course, I don't know why it surprises me, but there are lots of places that are named after other places. And of course, they're not going to look like the original places because they would have founded them and then named them fairly quickly, wouldn't they? This was never going to look like the Greek capital. But this is the Hudson River. It's very wide, Douglas. These people are pirates. There aren't really any people around here. So we're going to leave Athens, New York. We tried to speak to people, but I don't think they're that interested, so we'll move on. It's very hard to get to a stretch of the Hudson that's sort of civilized and nice looking, because it's just all part of people's back gardens, and that's a shame.
We're driving through a place called Coxsackie. I'm sorry if I'm saying it wrong, but it's a hilarious word. They have some very nice houses here, very nicely painted.
We've driven through quite a bit of New York State. The weather it's not that great. It's cooler, and that makes it less oppressive, but it's still quite humid.
And the sky looks like that.
A good thing about this place is this is the first part of the country that has a significant amount of flowering plants. When we're going through Indiana, Illinois as well, we're going, oh, isn't it green? Isn't it green? But there weren't really any flowering plants. It was like the Jurassic era or something.
Flowers. We are approaching the center of Albany. Looks pretty nice. Looks old, but in a nice way.
That was good. Someone gave us a display ticket. That was nice.
Yeah.
What's it like living around Albany?
Wouldn't like this town that much.
Oh, why is that?
Too much corruption here, and
Oh,
gangs,
Gangs?
drugs.
okay.
This town is not like it used to be.
Right.
It's getting worse.
Because the buildings look quite nice. Like that building looks lovely.
Well, that's the capital. Right? They're starting to get arrested too.
No, we haven't found many people to talk to here.
Well, you don't see too many smiling faces either.
Oh. So this is the New York State Capitol, and that's with a O, not an A. Well, they have a city hall. Have a look in here. The city was founded in 1686 by the look of this seal. There's a lot of Dutch history, so the Queen of the Netherlands visited here. That flag has orange in it. I wonder if that's got anything to do with William of Orange. It's still just spitting with rain. The weather just hasn't really been that good since we left the Midwest. But since we started heading towards the Appalachians. I think that might be something.
Had some of the worst internet access in the Upper East Coast that we've had anywhere. I haven't had problems with dropping down to 3G, which basically means this isn't really going to work unless it's purely text. We haven't had problems like this since Wyoming and going up a mountain in Colorado. I'm really surprised. I thought that Pennsylvania and New York State would have better Verizon access, since Verizon's supposed to be very good. And they have been in a lot of the rest of the country, but for instance, I can't work on the blog at the moment because it's dropped down. So Chris, we're about to leave the mid-Atlantic region and go into New England. Do you have any closing thoughts?
It's much more compact. It's older. The cities tend to preserve buildings from the Victorian era, maybe even earlier. It feels a bit more European. Actually, it feels a bit more like England. Like, these roads are quite windy. And, you know, there are nice bits, and it's very green, and there's flowering plants, which is a bonus. It does feel like it's that different from where we've come from.